What does it take to build a more compassionate society for animals? Today on The Advocates, we feature Cara Welfare Philippines, a non-profit organization dedicated to the spaying and neutering and protection of homeless animals. It is one of the most trusted animal welfare groups in the country. Joining us today is Ms. Eleanor Agulto, Cara trustee and an active volunteer in its humane education programs, as we talk about responsible pet ownership, CNVR or Catch, Neuter, Vaccinate, Return, and the push for stronger animal welfare laws, and the story of a dog named Foxy. I'm Rochelle Rubio, and this is The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Cara Welfare Philippines. Contrary to a common misconception, Cara is not an animal shelter. It is a non-profit organization with a spay and neuter facility championing animal welfare through adoption, humane education, and responsible pet ownership. Today, we take a closer look at the heart of Cara's mission and the people driving one of the country's most respected animal welfare organizations. Cara trustee Eleanor Agulto, or Ma'am Nui, takes us into their world, sharing the advocacy, initiatives, and continuing efforts to make the Philippines a kinder and safer place for homeless animals.
Cara was actually started by Nancy Kunying. That was about the year 2000. It's really an NGO, non-profit, and the purpose is really to promote animal welfare. I joined Cara first as an active volunteer. That was started in 2024. In 2025, I was asked to be one of the trustees of board. And what we do, for the board is really to make the decisions, formulate a strategy to move Cara forward, in its animal welfare endeavors. I was a simple layman who wanted to adopt, and I adopted actually a cat and a dog from Cara. So doon ko nakilala si Nancy. When I retired, and I was an advertising professional, even now I still am. So when I retired, I said, so Nancy, I have more time on my hands now. How can I help? Ayun, and that's where it all started.
CNVR, or Catch, Neuter, Vaccinate, and Return, is the most humane way of managing animal populations. This approach breaks the cycle of endless litters, minimizes animal suffering, and safeguards local communities through a humane, viable framework. While traditional methods like impounding and euthanasia only treat the symptoms, CNVR tackles the root problem. This is why Cara actively advocates for and practices CNVR.
Cara is an organization is focusing on CNVR, capture, neuter, vaccinate with anti-rabies, and then return. So we're talking here about dogs and cats, but mostly community cats. So yung mga walang owners, yung mga homeless, yung mga what people mostly call strays. And really the problem is overpopulation. Kaya ang dami-daming pusa, ang dami-daming aso sa kalye. Kasi talagang overpopulated na dahil walang nagko-control eh. Cats, for example, will give birth 3 or 4 times a year. Every liter, let's say 4 per liter. And I'm not kidding, sa isang pusa, over the years, talagang hundreds of thousands magmumultiply. And that's probably the reason why na-impound sila, pinapatay sila, binubuhusan ng tubig na mainit, pinopoison, maraming mga dahilan. Dahil pagka nagiging peste sa tingin ng public, then become cruel. And what we're saying is the reason, why they're like this, there's this massive overpopulation. And if we can control that, if we can manage that population, edi hindi magkakaroon ng ganyan mga cruelty.
What drew Ma'am Nui to animal welfare work?
Sa Cara, I'm basic, while I'm also a trustee because we sort of like try to help out with all of the aspects that we do. And that will include humane education and adoptions and of course CNVR. Personally, I'm more involved with humane education. When we get invites from universities and from communities, that is asking us to tell them more about CNVR or even sabihin nyo nga sa amin kung anong pwede namin gawin about helping animals, the voiceless creatures who who might need our help. We go to them personally. We actually hold seminars and talks, okay, about animal welfare. Nakakalendaryo yan kung saan kami pupunta. Because what we believe is if people are more aware of animal welfare, then perhaps the cruelty will be less, okay, and helping animals will be more.
Ma'am Nui is deeply involved in Kara's humane education team. What does humane education really mean, and why does it matter, especially for young people? Ma'am Nui explains the vacuum effect.
Kaya tinawag na humane. For a lot of people, okay, to get rid of animals, of stray animals, is the solution to overpopulation. Pero what we're saying is, ano ba yung to get rid? So what they will do is kung you've heard of cats, dogs being poisoned, or even things like pinapatay nila, kinakatay nila, or binibigay sa pound kasi akala nila pag niligay sa pound, wala na yung problema nila. Hindi that's a cycle of killing And I will explain why. No? For example, in a community, okay, you have cats. Now the cats, okay, you want to get rid of the cats. So what do? You have them rounded up by the pound and then wala nang cats. You say dahil na-impound na sila, nadala na sa pound. Okay, but there's this thing, and it's scientific, no? There's this called the vacuum effect because nature abhors a vacuum. So what will happen is pag tinanggal mo itong mga pusang ito sa isang community, sa isang place, empty na ngayon yan, yung mga pusa sa labas, papasok yan. Dahil sabi nila, uy, libreng-libre na kami, wala na kaming kalaban dito. Okay? Cats are territorial. If they're in a territory, they will protect it, they will guide it, they will not let other cats come in. Pero pag tinanggal mo sila, may papasok na ibang tagalabas, sila naman ang mag-occupy. So it's not true, kaya na yung mga cats na yun, wala na kaming problema kasi nawala na yung mga cats. Okay, what will happen is, may papasok na iba and the cycle continues. It's an endless cycle of killing. And it's inhumane, it's cruel. So what we say is, ipakapon natin yung mga pusang yan, hindi na sila dadami, gagwardya nila yung territory nila so the population is stabilized and no other cats will come in. So kontrolado mo, you manage the population.
With an estimated 13 million stray cats and dogs across the country, animal welfare advocates continue to stress the importance of adoption, population control through spay and neuter programs, and responsible pet care. How many cats and dogs have Kara Welfare Philippines spayed and neutered?
Last count, okay, we had more than 36,000 cats spayed and neutered. Sa dogs, we have less sa dogs, no? Pero a significant number din. Okay, so what we're saying is, imaginein mo kung sabi nga natin, kung one cat can lead to, no kidding, okay, thousands of litter of kittens, pinanganak nila over their lifespan. Can you imagine kung 36,000 ang napakapun mo, kung gaano karaming pusa, unwanted kittens, ang naisalba natin from getting murdered. I mean, yung mga cruelty cases na ganyan. At saka yung mga nagiging nakakainisan ng mga tao. The purpose really is if the population is stabilized, okay, then there will be peaceful coexistence of community cats and dogs. Okay, and this is humane. We always believe that tayo naman mga guardians tayo, di ba? We are called stewards of God's creation. So animals are also part of God's creation. So if we can peacefully coexist, what's the problem? Di ba? That's the best way.
How does she respond to those who ask, why prioritize animals when people are also struggling?
Actually, hindi naman siya talaga prioritize We never say, dapat una yung animals over humans. Pare-pareho lang tayong creation So what we're saying is, of course, you have to empathize with humans. But we also have to empathize with animals, okay? Hindi naman siya one over the other. Hindi mo pwedeng both. As a matter of fact, okay, what we really believe is, hindi naman ibig sabihin pag tinulungan mo yung animals, hindi mo natutulungan ng people.
Ma'am Nui further explained why cats and dogs matter in the community. Beyond being companions, they play an important role in the ecosystem of neighborhoods and cities. When cared for responsibly through spaying, neutering, vaccination, and proper management, community animals can help create safer, healthier, and more compassionate environments. Animal welfare advocates also stress that humane treatment and responsible pet ownership help reduce overpopulation of animals, prevent diseases such as rabies, and strengthen empathy within communities.
What we really believe is kung makokontrol natin ang population, okay, it will redound, okay, to the benefit of the human community. Kasi for example, tanggalin mo lahat ng pusa. Tingnan mo kung hindi maraming daga sa lugar na yon. Balance of nature yan eh. Okay, cats are predators, but who do they prey at? Usual, who do they prey, di ba? Kadalasan yan, yung mga rodents. Kasi yan ang natural enemies nila, yung natural prey nila. Tanggalin mo ng pusa. Mapepeste ka ng mga daga. Something like that. Yung mga daga, nagbe-bring yan ng mga diseases like hantavirus, like leptospirosis. Tanggalin mo yung pusa, tinan mo kung hindi mas maraming mga taong may sakit. Meron diyang benefit din for from ecological balance point of view. Okay, you need the cats para mabalance yan, para masustain. Hindi siya basta prioritize lang dahil in the end, para din sa ating mga humans yan, kung mamamanage natin yung population ng mga cats. But we do
Yun.
CNVR, kaya nga may vaccinate kasi pagka kami nagkapon, may sigurado yan, meron niyang kaakibat na vaccination against rabies. Kaya para hindi yung basta kinapon mo kasi iniwanan mo lang, dahil, diba? So, inaano lang, parang kung what we do is we also vaccinate them with anti-rabies so that people will no longer get the rabies virus.
CARA's advocacy extends beyond animal care, actively supporting efforts to strengthen legislation and policies for animal welfare in the Philippines.
Kami sa CARA, NGO kami, okay, we are really doing this as a public service. Okay, and then one of the things that we try to do is to lobby so that the government will help more into this thing. Right now, they say we vaccinate against rabies. Okay, pero what we're saying is vaccinate, fine, that's great. Pero you also do kapon. And then, sabayan niyo yan ng anti-rabies. Okay, that will keep the community safe. And that will stabilize the cat population.
What are some of the biggest misconceptions Filipinos still have about aspins, puspins, and community animals?
Ang nakikita lang namin okay, is that really among Filipinos, merong breed discrimination eh. If you will look at if you look at social media, di ba, may mga sarili accounts pa nga yung mga purebreds. And we have nothing against purebreds. I mean, they're cute. I myself have purebred pets, right? Pero pagdating sa puspin, sa aspin, yan yung mga kadalasan nakaka-experience ng animal cruelty kasi ang feeling nila ay aspin lang yan eh. Puspin lang yan. Hindi nila alam or I don't know if bias lang sila but aspins and puspins can be as lovable, can be as loyal, can be as protective as the purebreds. And perhaps, okay, we should help them more dahil nasa sila yung madalas na naaapi. Ang feeling namin, yung mga aspins at puspins na namamaltrato, no? Walang boses yan eh. They cannot complain, they cannot tell you na ganito na ang ginagawa sa amin. Inaabuso na kami. And that's why, as an animal welfare advocate, okay, the volunteers of CARA will always say, let us be the voice for the voiceless. Let us speak for them. Yung mga dapat na hindi ginagawa sa kanila, bring up natin yan. Yung mga misconceptions about them, okay, through our humane education, ipaalam natin na dapat ganito ang dapat nilang gawin dahil nakakatulong din naman ang mga animals para sa human community. Pagka-aspin tsaka puspin, ano lang yan, gwardiya lang yan, di ba? Itatali mo, lalagay mo kunyari yung aso, lalagay mo sa bahay mo, itatali mo, i-chain mo, para lang tagabantay. Pag merong stranger dyan lalapain niya o kaya tatahulan niya or something, di ba? Protector na parang protector na prisoner.
Is there one rescue story or transformation that has stayed with Ma'am Nui and reminded her why this work matters? Ma'am Nui tells us about the dog named Foxy.
Foxy, years ago, Foxy was a thin dog. Cute siya. Well, for me anyway. But sabi ni Nancy, urgent fostering. Kaya sabi niya, yun daw owner ni Foxy, pinapataba lang si Foxy dahil bibebenta sa kapitbahay para gawing pulutan. Tapos sabi ni Nancy, we have to get Foxy out of that situation. Sabing ganon. And kaya lang ang Cara is not a shelter. Unlike what people think, no? Cara is actually a facility that does CNVR. Kailangan, para kung meron silang i-rescue, kailangan merong nakahanda na adopter or foster dahil wala silang paglalagyan nitong mga aso at pusa na kanilang tutulungan. So being in the list of fosterers, sabi sa akin ni Nancy, urgent foster, please take in Foxy if you can. Okay, and that's what I did. Biglaan yan, talagang sinabi sa akin ngayon, kinamamyaan, andyan na si Foxy. Okay, and you know what? Okay, Foxy was such a lovable dog. Talagang pinakita niya yung kanyang gratitude for getting out of that situation. Okay, parating nasa akin, parating nakikling, di ba? Para bang I'm her security blanket. And she was so gentle and so nice. You know, in a week's time, I told Nancy, okay, foster fail na ako. Okay, Foxy is now mine. I will forever be grateful. I have experienced the kind of love that she was able to give me. So yun ang aking rescue experience na hindi ko makakalimutan dahil, you know, I took in one and I know that she has had a very good life with me and I'm very happy that she got it. But at the same time, okay, yung experience ko na unconditional love, okay, that was such a great feeling. And she will always be, you know, she will always be uh, here in my heart. Hindi siya mawawala dun.
Animal welfare work can be emotionally exhausting. How do volunteers cope with rescue fatigue, abandonment cases, or even cruelty situations? What keeps them going?
What we always tell our volunteers is if there's fatigue already, rest, take a break. Kasi binidit di ba? Kahit naman sa trabaho, di ba? Pagka medyo pagod ka na-overwhelm ka na, nag-burnout ka na, pahinga muna. And then when you're ready, when you're refreshed, when you're recharged, come back. Because this work, this helping out never ends. Okay, so, yun, pahinga muna. Tapos balik ka na lang pagka feeling mo kaya mo na ulit. For the really compassionate ones, for those that have empathy, for those who are really committed, they always come back. They always find ways. Para sa akin, kung mahal mo ang ginagawa mo, okay, kaya mo yan eh. Pahinga ka lang siguro konti, pero babalik ka dahil mahal mo yung ginagawa mo.
What role can school, families, and local governments play in building a more compassionate culture toward animals? And are we making progress?
Siguro napapansin nyo na mas marami ngayon, dahil nasa social media eh. Okay, mas marami nagiging aware doon sa mga animal abuse, and you can see a lot of reactions whenever they see cases like this. So social media has in a lot of ways brought this to the awareness of people. Okay, pero we still have a long way to go, no? Dahil, for example, di ba, responsible pet ownership. A lot of the strays are strays because their owners neglected them or abandoned them. Hindi naman sila nagsimula ng strays na agad sila eh. Marami sa kanila na napabayaan. For example, okay, meron akong isang sinave na isang dog, kinuha ng pound. Pagkatapos, yung owner, walang pambayad. So ako mismo nagbigay ng pang-redeem ng pambayad doon sa pound. Biro mo isang linggo nang iniwanan doon. Sige, I gave the money anyway because I wanted to save the dog. And then I told the owner, ang condition ko lang, alagaan mo yan. Wag mo nang hahaya ang pagala-gala sa daan. Pinangako naman. Pero ngayon, balik sa dati, gagala-gala na naman. Kumbaga, para bang may pet ka pero pinababayaan mo lang na stray. Parang stray, di ba? And then the neighbors get angry kasi nagpupoop sa daan, messy daw, di ba? Yung mga ganyan. Hindi mo inalagaan ng maayos. Hindi mo pinakapon. Ninineglect mo. Okay, so, and a lot of owners still feel this way, no? Lalo na pag aspin o puspin yung kanilang alaga. Pabayaan mo lang, bahala sila sa buhay nila. Babalik din yan. Parang ganun eh. And it's very dangerous out there. Responsible pet ownership is something that most Filipinos should be aware of and should follow. It's a problem. Even in barangays, yung mga stray problems nila, malalaman mo na lang, di pala stray yan. Oh, hindi. Stray yan, gumagala yan, pero meron namang owner. Pagka puspin, pabayaan mo lang gumagala, okay lang yan. Hindi responsible pet ownership yun eh.
For listeners and viewers who want to help but may not be able to adopt cats and dogs, what are practical ways they can support Kara and become part of the solution?
First of all, CARA being an NGO, na non-profit, is really dependent on donations and contributions. Kung meron kayong maitutulong in terms of cash or in kind, lalo na sa mga sa mga pets namin, sa mga rescues namin, okay, then please do so because that will be very much appreciated. Pwede naman dog food, cat food, pwede naman cleaning materials. Although CARA is not a shelter, meron kaming 120 cats sa aming cattery and about 30 dogs sa aming doggery. Okay, so why is that? Hindi naman pala kayo rescue. Bakit meron kayong mga animals? Meron kasi na hindi matanggihan ng CARA dahil iniiwan talaga doon sa CARA. For example, okay, one day, makikita mo na lang sa labas ng gate ng CARA, merong isang kahon ng mga kuting. Inabandon doon, iniwanan. Siguro sabi, CARA, animal welfare yan, dito ko na lang iiwanan. Ngayon, pag nakakita ka ng ganon, iwanan, tapon mo ba ulit yung mga pusang tinapon sa inyo? Siyempre, kukunin mo na, aalagaan mo na. Kaya dumami sila eh. Okay, meron naman, for example, one of the dogs, si TikTok, okay, merong MMDA na lumapit sa Kara and says, kunin nyo na po itong asong to kasi nasa highway. Masasagasaan lang po yan, kawawa naman. So again, hindi matanggihan ng Kara. So yun, nagkakaroon din kami ng animals under our care. That's why we also have an adoption program, okay, to help bring them, okay, to good homes. Naghahanap din kami ng magandang tahanan, magandang homes para sa kanila because we think na they deserve it. Nahirapan na nga sila sa buhay eh. Di dapat naman siguro, okay, mas maramdaman din nila what it's like to be a pet. Expense namin yan eh. So we really need contributions for that. Okay, so that's one way they can help. As a non-profit organization, we are very dependent on volunteers. And to be honest, volunteers come and go. Pero naman talaga, di ba? Hindi mo pipili yan, volunteers yan eh. Okay, we have a volunteer program where, okay, kung talagang gusto yung tumulong, whether sa CNVR, whether sa Humane Education, whether sa adoption, okay, punta po kayo sa amin and we will, let us help each other.
What policy changes or stronger enforcement would Ma'am Nui and Kara like to see in animal welfare in the Philippines?
Kara is also very involved with lobbying for better animal welfare laws. We already have, okay, the Animal Welfare Act na amend pa nga, di ba? Okay, for starters, these are good. It's a good foundation. Pero nagbabago na ang panahon eh. Okay, we need more updated and more relevant laws. Okay, para sa ating mga animals. Okay, and that's why kung ano to ikabubuti, okay, ng mga animals, ilagay natin yan. Baka meron tayong nakaligtaan before nung it was done in 1998, meron pa tayong nakaligtaan. Baka ngayon, ma-improve pa natin yan. For example, there are bills now. There's a House bill, okay, by Congressman Brian Poe, okay, which already includes community animals in the bill. Dati, ignored yan eh. Wala, di ba, para bang pag sinabing animals, domesticated. So what are these? These are pets, right? Okay, pero ngayon, in-include na ron na kasama na, okay, dapat may CNVR para sa mga community animals. Okay, those animals that have no homes, that have no owners. Meron namang mga tumitingin sa kanila, pero they are for the community. Hindi sila hindi sila yung talagang meron may-ari. So yan, sinasabi ng bill, kailangan natin ipakapon yan. Okay, and pagka napakapon na, huwag na natin i-impound kasi ginastahan mo na yan para ipakapon. Pagkatapos, kukunin mo sa pound, tapos ipapa-euthanasia mo lang din. So pagka meron ng napakapuna and they have ear notches to sure they have been sterilized, okay, then wag na nating i-impound. So, in other words, hindi lang basta euthanasia ang solusyon sa overpopulation, it could be other things like CMDR which we are batting for. So, yan, one of the ways, di ba? Meron pang isa na magkakaroon na ng Animal Welfare Bureau. Pag pumunta ka ngayon at nag-report ng animal cruelty, meron nang haharap sa'yo. Meron ng officer who will take your complaint. Kasi dati pumunta ka doon and even the barangay, for example, does not know what to do. Wala silang staff, so nobody can, meron kaming experience. Pinablatter lang. O sige, nakablatter na. Pero what? Diba? So now, parang hindi. You cannot say, o sige, binlatter na and then that's it, okay? Ngayon, meron talagang haharap sa iyo para i-entertain yung complaint mo and to advise you what to do about the animal cruelty case. For example, sabihin nila, may evidence ba tayo? Meron ba tayong video dyan? Meron ba tayong witness? They will guide you into properly filing a case against animal cruelty. That is the animal welfare test. So what we're saying is, yan, baka may mga bago tayong pwedeng idagdag para medyo ma-enhance pang animal welfare laws. Penalties will be increased. Dati parang pinagtatawanan lang kung ano yung penalty kasi napakagaang. The penalties will be harsher now for animal cruelty.
How can parents teach children empathy toward animals without necessarily owning pets?
Parents can tell their children to be kind. You don't really have to, because pagka ang bata, okay, mabait, kind, okay, hindi lang sa tao, pati sa animals, okay, mag-aano yan eh, it will have a rainbow effect, you know what I mean? Parang kung mabait ako, kind ako sa kapatid ko, kind ako sa family ko, kind ako sa kaibigan ko, kind ako sa classmate ko, at kind ako sa animals. Di ba? Yan ang tinatawag nating being good stewards of creation. So, yung kindness is something that parents can teach their kids. Empathy is something that parents can teach their kids. We're not referring to to just animals here, even things like bullying, 'di ba? Maiiwasan yan, mababawasan yan kung you can teach your children to be kind, to be compassionate, to have empathy. Of course, when we do our humane education, okay, we always emphasize empathy, compassion, responsibility. Okay, pero yung mga parents, they can teach their kids to have just that para mag-inculcate mo yung values na yan. Ikaw, parent ka, ikaw ang nagtuturo sa anak mo, ituro mo naman yan, please. Parang ganyan.
Animal welfare goes beyond rescue. It begins with awareness, responsibility, and compassion. Our thanks to Ms. Eleanor Agulto of Cara Welfare Philippines for sharing how humane education can help create kinder communities for both animals and people. Let's continue supporting organizations and individuals who give a voice to the voiceless and pushing for stronger laws on animal welfare. Until next time on The Advocates, Empowering Voices, I'm Rochelle Rubio for Capital 104.3.
This is where the voices of the voiceless are heard. The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Hosted by Rochelle Rubio on Capital 104.3